Hi, I'm Stephen Mellor. This is Table for Three. There's this Japanese restaurant on a corner not far from where you normally find me. It is a table set permanently for three. It sits right bang in the middle of the room, commanding like a sun. Everything else seems to orbit around it, which I know sounds weird when I say it aloud, but pay the place a visit and you'll see. It's like you found something you've been missing, that you didn't know you've been missing, and it's been right there all along. What do they say? You can't see it for looking. You wonder, how did I not know? Why didn't anybody tell me? But you never came in as a kid. Your dad didn't trust foreign food. He said it was because of something that happened in the war. But you never understood that. It didn't make any sense to you. You've seen the pictures, you've been told the stories. Granddad was a foreman at Metro Vickers. He might have been gassed in the First War trenches, but in the Second, he never left these shores. Turns out it was his uncle who was in the jungle. Some things run deep, deeper than time and forgiveness can reach. I asked the owner, a slight man who doesn't speak much English, or at least not to me, why doesn't anyone ever sit at that table for three? He said he'd tell me when he wasn't so busy, and then as he walked away, he did a double take and he came back to warn me, saying, once you know, you can never not know. Once you know, you can never not know. Which I think is funny, because you never stop forgetting the things you know, and the further you travel, the more you let go. I've got an older brother, his name is Jack. They said he had to be kept in care, so they put him in a home further up that hill near me. I go see him most days. He must have travelled a fair old way, because he's forgotten nearly everything. He just shouts and swears when I go see him. Thinks I'm going to steal for him. Says it's because I'm from the other side of the city. I tell him, don't be a fool. I'm a Wednesdayite just like you. He has a nurse. Her name's Lucy. She says, there's a memory in there somewhere. Somewhere. And it's probably not even about you. I said, you make it sound like a splinter. Well, Lucy said, yes. And it will work its way out sometime soon. I imagined her spotting it, like a dark trace just beneath his skin, and she'll go and grab some tweezers and nip it out. I said, but once he then stops swearing at me, what will he then say instead? She didn't know, because no one knows. Because no one knows what else will come out with that splinter. And it's not just his head. His body's forgetting things too, like how to do stuff, the stuff we learn early. I don't like saying it aloud. It doesn't seem right because he's my brother. But you can smell him before you see him. And that isn't good. What is good is the food here. The chef is something else. On quiet nights, you can hear him singing in the kitchen. He does everything himself. He has no help back there. How he does it, I don't know. But he sings as he cooks. He sings hymns. I guess that's his secret. He's real committed to the words. It's like he loves them and he loves the food. I've heard it said he puts the words in the food. I don't know how he does it. I guess it's like a baker and pockets of air and working the dough and working it until it's ready, until it's, full of words. Well, tonight I'm the only customer in. And the chef's really going for it, filling the place like a cathedral organ, all different notes and depths and reverb. I'm sat as far away from that table for three as I can be. I'm sat on a table for four, and all I've ordered is some green tea, because I like it here when it's too late to eat. Everyone else has gone home, and it's easy to believe the chef is singing just for me. They have a bell on the door and it hangs up off the frame, and the chime gets nudged when the door swings open. It starts off loud and fast and never seems to slow down. But when it stops, it's sudden and you're somehow shocked. Well, some nights it's so busy in here you don't notice it, but when I came in tonight it just seemed to keep ringing, like it was calling. I guess that's what every bell does. But I can't stop looking at that table. I keep trying to look away, but it commands the room like the sun, and we're all the planets, and it doesn't matter how often we turn away, we'll always turn back to face it. The owner smiles and holds his hands out in front of himself, gives me a little dip of an informal bow, the sort friends exchange. Not that I'd call him a friend, I'm just a regular. Some people go to church every week, I come here. He says soon to me, clipping the word like he's shooting the air out of his lungs, like he's practicing to take some breath test like they make me do down at the hospital. I wonder what is going to happen soon. But he smiles and dips and shuffles off with his trousers a tad too wide at the ankle, so you know he's had them for a while, and his shoes, they don't half shine. The door to the kitchen swings, and for a moment I can see the chef cooking and singing, and then it all starts to happen. The bell is ringing itself off the wall. 3 people come in. The owner bows, the chef runs out, and together they bend like they're made of plasticine. I don't bow, it's not my culture. The 3 people, they know I'm here, but they settle at that table for 3. The table I've never seen used, and all turn to look at me. There's an older one, I'm guessing the father, and a son, and another one who I can't quite make out right now. But someone far away is shouting. Someone is calling out my name. Bill, Bill, they're shouting. Can you hear me? But I'm not saying anything back, and the bell won't stop ringing. Come and join us, says the eldest of the 3. Have my seat, says the one I can't really see. The son pulls out a chair and beckons me, and that's when I realise this isn't a table set for 3. This isn't a restaurant on a corner not far from where you usually find me. Dad! I hear shouted from far away. Clear the room! Shouts another. There's a Japanese restaurant just down the hill from where you normally find me. If you go in there and see a table set for 3, take it from me. Don't sit down, just turn around and go and find somewhere else to be.